Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Lone Druid.
Complexity's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Vengeful spirits.
Complexity's turn to pick.
Hello everybody and welcome back into the, that's the wrong button. Hello everybody and welcome back into the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 7 group stage, or playoffs, excuse me. God, we're here with the upper bracket second round with Complexity versus Digital Chaos. Our third series between these two teams in as many days, 2 days I should say. And right now, it's not looking good for Complexity. They are currently down 1-0 in this particular series, and they are on the verge of going down to the losers bracket. Albeit not the worst fate for them in this tournament. It's still not great with, of course, the Manila Major looming around with their confidence maybe being shot after this particular series, after both of these series today, really. We'll wait and see how things transition as Complexity Gaming need this win to move on here into Game 3. My name is Mal. Thank you. Today we have Grant co-casting with me, the NA Dota historian himself. Grant, how do you feel about game number 2 and Complexity's chances as we move through this draft?
It's already like going. Misery punishes your bans every time. We saw him last game, or yesterday when they lost to a Lone Druid. The next game, Complexity banned Lone Druid. And now we saw DC at first pick, and they're like, well, we have to ban Doom and Phoenix, and now they instantly picked the Lone Druid, and I don't know, Misery just feels like he's on a whole nother level from captains right now. I mean, they've really only played, what, Shazam and Complexity as other games?
Yes.
But just watching him dissect, and I guess a big thing goes out to PyCat too. He's coaching him, he's there, and he is one smart dude, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to watch. And one other thing, DC, Bounty Hunter and Wisp, they've banned together, I think, like 7 of the 9 games. Those two heroes, they've banned both of them every time.
I feel like those two heroes just give you just an extra bit of oomph to win a game, to win a series. Just having those heroes, they have that an X factor that you maybe don't have with like a Doom or a Phoenix, or maybe even like an Invoker or something. But yeah, I completely agree with you. It helps that PyCat obviously has known Misery for a long time. Not to mention that Misery and we have had a lot of success on series, so they have a lot of comfort coming in. They're kind of finding their footing as a team altogether right now. Complexity has been around for a while, but now I feel like you're entering in a lot of people use this term, and I kind of hate using it, but the honeymoon phase of a team, you know, where you start really feeling good about your team, about what you're doing, about what you're accomplishing. And you did mention the most important thing is that they've only really played Complexity and Shazam. They've had no other interactions because they're not playing in Europe. They're not playing against European teams. But Complexity and Shazam are very good teams. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
give Shazam the credit, I think, but Shazam definitely deserves it. I mean, Shazam beat DC, what, a couple of days ago? Maybe two, maybe? I
Yeah,
think.
they beat him in the winners finals. They knocked him out of the
10
for
seconds
qualifiers.
remaining.
They almost beat freaking Complexity, and Complexity almost didn't get
5
fourth
seconds
place at
remaining.
Epicenter because Shazam was almost in their spot. Instead, one double damage rune away, taking their spot there.
Reserve
Yeah, that's double damage rune of victory, or defeat, however you want to look at it.
And this draft, though, is already interesting. The Vengeful as well. Complexity is not a big Venge team. That is more of a Jason, a Shazam thing. And maybe they're just realizing, like, we got to go out of our norm. We got to be digital guests. We might have to try something new and
Radiant
Venge
team
DP.
back.
Yeah, I like this a lot, though. I feel like with a Death Prophet, you have good team fight, you have good synergy with the Vengeful Spirit, with Wave of Terror, you can take down towers pretty quickly. It kind of fits their style of putting down towers early on, and being aggressive and kind of playing that 5-man. This is where I feel good about Complexity's draft. If you could get a third pick Beastmaster, you get two heroes that you're very comfortable with your first two picks. Beastmaster doesn't get banned because what we talked about last time. You get a Beastmaster now, and now they have another chance to run this to see if it works out successfully for them, because I still feel like Beastmaster is freaking
10
amazing.
seconds
But
remaining.
No, he is. I was talking with CC and we were talking about how Moose had been on a little bit of the downswing, like say on DC, probably the weaker of their players, and we were discussing like last patch was offlaners being insane, like they were just making big plays, Beastmasters, Darkseers, and already this patch it feels like you don't need him to do that. You need him to provide stable support. They don't have to be the big playmakers. It's back to mids and carries doing that instead of universes and moves.
all right, let's look at what
Radiant
the
team
offlane.
back.
Well, I guess you could argue that Swindles did make some big plays last game, as Darkseer is kind of a big playmaker to begin with.
Yeah.
That's a bit different. But you look at what Moo did last game. I mean, he got a couple of dooms off. Obviously, he was very effective with him being aggressive with his
10
Shadow Blade.
seconds remaining.
He avoided a couple of Omni Slashes. He was able to doom the most important targets, usually in a team fight. His Infernal Blade damage was strong. But he wasn't the one making the big plays. I feel like Misery with the Dream Coil initiation, and then they would just all follow up with the AoE damage thereafter. Anyways, it's an interesting discussion, but...
Yeah, and we see the Elder Titan coming back after a few days rest.
Zero, what do you think about Elder Titan right now, Grant? I want to ask your opinion about this hero.
He's one of it's one of the few heroes. It's hard for me. I understand why it's good in a way. I just don't. Weird he's not punished more early. He doesn't seem like the best level 1 through 6 hero. I feel he's not punished enough. Is my biggest thing. I don't know why he's so good, honestly. I should be the one who knows that, but he seems weak in laning phase, and he sets up kills really nicely in the
5
game.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
like really well from long range.
I definitely completely agree with you. Andrew and I were casting a game the other day. I can't remember what series it was, but there was a couple of series, in fact, where Elder Titan was picked up, and he was put like in an aggro duel, and he didn't really accomplish anything. And he got pushed out of lane, he got ganked a couple of times, and he was stuck at level 3 for the longest time. So you know how you're kind of okay with a bounty hunter being behind in levels. You're not really okay with another Titan being behind in levels because you need natural order, you need levels in Stomp to do damage, and you need Earth Splitter too to be able to be effective with those levels in Stomp. So that's very important that you get him experience. I definitely agree with you in that particular instance. And Complexity can punish an Elder Titan with the Clinks, with Beastmaster. They have a lot of damage to pretty much evaporate the Elder Titan very quickly. But if he gets his levels in natural order, they're going to be the ones maybe evaporating some of Complexity's heroes very quickly. So
Yeah, the Clanks gets a quick start. That's one of those heroes that can just go around hunting lines and Elder Titans. Even Bat Rider's super easy.
that's the wrong button. Okay. All right. Well, it's just I clicked a loot market ad. That's not great.
Well, we'll just
No, it's
go
I already
loot
clicked back.
market. Oh,
We're good.
I like the
10
Complexity
seconds remaining.
ban THD. If you saw yesterday, Resolution, Lone Druid,
5
Weehaw,
seconds
Jakiro
remaining.
was mind-shatteringly OP. Not OP. Oh, they played it and made it
Reserve
look.
time.
They're not dealing with that again. They don't want to deal with Resolution. Played an amazing Lone Druid. The Lone Druid out-farmed the Alchemist.
Complexity.
Which is-
Turn to pick.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Slardar. Carry Slardar.
Resolution's one of his prime real estate heroes. This is not a shock to me that they picked this up. Not to mention, True Sight provided with amp damage against the Clinks, which is very important. It's one of the added perks. So Resolution gets
10
pretty much a 2-in-1.
seconds
One, that he likes this hero. Number 2, that he gets the True Sight coming out as well. So
It'll be different than last time because Lone Druid was actually played by Resolution. Looks like it'll be played by Weehaw this time.
Yeah,
Reserve
again, it's
time.
just this very wide hero pool. If you ban out one hero, then you have to leave it another hero. You have to just, okay, well, we're not banning around Weeha, we're not banning around X, Y, or Z hero. We're taking out a Phoenix, we're taking out a Doom. And those two heroes being taken out of the pool it means that you can run wild and free with both the Slardar and the Lone Druid picked up for DC now. So, and they also get a Moose Comfort here on the Bat Rider. I've seen him hit or miss on this hero a fair bit. I think this is a very hit or miss hero in general.
What if they freak us out again and do Bat Rider middle, Slardar offlane Lone?
I wouldn't put it past them.
DC's the one team that can pull it up, and Complexity's probably staying the same. They're like, wait, how are they going to lane this? I think it's... I wouldn't put it past them either.
And for anybody that's just joining us, if you don't know what we're talking about at this point, it's Misery played a support puck last game, and he actually owned with it. He actually just dominated with it. Complexity will go for a bit more beat, but also a bit more push at the same time as they pick up the Enigma. So the threat of Black Holes there. They have pretty good team fight synergy with the Enigma and the Death Prophet, but they also have very good push, which is probably why they picked the Enigma in the first place. What do you feel about this last pick, Enigma, for Complexity? It's obviously something that Z-Freak used to play a lot. I don't know if he's going to be picking it up, though.
It will be now that Swindles is already on the Beastman. We saw Swindle actually play the Enigma game that I feel they should have lost. Swindle built the Enigma in a backy way, and they won because of it. Now they're playing obviously in a super different way in the jungle Enigma. Z-Freak in Heroes of Newerth was probably known as the best jungler. I might even say of all time, even with the like Fnatic players. Like Z-Freak was the primary one. Even in the early Dota 2 stages, he was really... I like it. I like Complexity's draft here.
And that's just kind of speaks to the fact that we don't see that many juggling heroes in Dota. I think they feel comfortable putting Z-Freak in juggling heroes, but I feel like they're more... The one thing that they really love to do for Complexity is do this dual aggressive offlane with Swindle and Z-Freak together. I don't think they'll do that this game with the Enigma. I think they're just going to send him into the jungle and just get as much farm as possible. But yeah, we've kind of seen a little bit of jungling, but it's mostly like, okay, we're going to get in the jungle, we're going to Iron Town a little bit, kind of save it for the offlaners to a certain extent. I don't know. Jungling's at a weird spot right now because I can't remember what tournament it was. We saw a couple of Ends and Enchantresses. I think it was Artstyle playing it with Navi at Dream League. We saw that happen, but it wasn't... I haven't seen many other Chens or Enchantresses being played anywhere else, really. Maybe in European Dota, I haven't seen that much of it, so...
Yeah, we've seen a couple Enchantresses here and there, but yeah, Chen's gone. The ult to his... The nerf to his ultimate was bigger than... bigger than Soxia. I mean, what, 6'10"? I mean,
he is huge. That is a good point. I always see him in photographs. I'm like, man, he's a giant. It's like right there with Shen. He's a little bit taller than Shen.
I could still dunk on him though. He's European. They don't know how to play basketball except travel.
You should challenge him to a game of ball. Street ball 1-on-1.
I got him. I just Draymond Green him and kick him in the nuts.
Oh god. The Warriors won last night though, so they're okay.
Yeah, then didn't have to kick any nuts.
No, that's true. All right, Complexity going top rune spot. Limp is going to be here. Securing this one down bottom. The Bear is going to scout things out. They're going to grab it for, looks like Weeha, and that will start things off. And it is going to be the, as expected, Weeha mid-lone druid against the Swindle's Beastmaster. For now, no, he's just going to block this while Limp got the top rune. He actually has the build where the mid lane with 2 tangos and the null tally on Limp, so I spoke too soon, but... All right. How do you feel about this matchup, actually? This is the Death Prophet versus Lone Druid.
Lone Druid, wait, no Orb of Venom yet, but Lone Druid gets harassed super hard before level 5 without the Entangle chance on Limp. He can still right-click him, but Spirit Siphon on even the Bear or the Hero, and Limp's completely fine super early. It should be in favor of him. It's not super...
I feel like you just have better laning phase for a Death Prophet in almost any matchup. There's not very many matchups where I'm like, well, this is going to suck for Death Prophet. It's just not really a word I say or a phrase I say that often. I just feel with Spirit Siphon and Crypt Swarm, it makes CSing and staying alive so much easier than for any other hero.
And actually, Swindle's already in the jungle. He's jungling, Z-Freak's kind of jungling, and he's going bottom now, so they're just going to switch up the role.
Yeah, so Z-Freak will play sort of the off-lane Enigma, but this is good because for a Beastmaster, all that thought, it looks like Jesse might get dope here. Soxa has Spirit ready to go. He's going to get Magic Missile under the tower. He's going to take some hits. No salve for him to reach out quickly. Meanwhile, Jesse's got his Spirit can walk through and might be able to take that salve off, but it'll do most of its job already as it gets to Jesse. So it's really for Complexity for Swindles. It's between these two camps is your biggest bet, honestly. That's what you like to do on a jungling Beastmaster. We'll see if he can get a good. I mean, that's the big thing about juggling Beastmaster. You get so much experience. You get to level like 6, you know, pretty much 5 minutes in or something like that. Something
Top lane, they're diving.
Yeah, they get the stomp off. Firefly will Hanskin might be first blood. Sox is pretty low. Magic Missile will come out. Chessie, he's got the searing arrows. Wave of Terror. They had stick charges for Hanskin. Last right click for Moo. Can it do the jump? This Alpha's up and Moo's in trouble down. The searing arrows. Last tower hit, and Hanskin's right click will do the job. And Complexity get on the board first, and they might even chase down Soxa. The range creep coming in. It looks like they're going to give this kill to Swindles. It's like, give me this. This is tasty. The Borslow coming out, right clicks coming through, should get the job. Wave of Terror actually gets Hanskin a double kill. Dear God, he's got 800 gold in the bank. That's a drastic change in Complexity now, getting off to a very fast start because of it.
Yeah, now Swindle gets level 3, so his next boar will be even better. That's the perfect start for him. They dove, and like you said, stick charges. And stick first Bat Rider any lane, it's game changing.
They did not expect the Hanskin stick charges, I don't think. That's the shop. Let's close that. Moo's gonna walk through, eat a tree and get out, no problems there. But yeah, I feel as if Complexity now have, and Swindles get the he gets the regenning headdress. You know, you don't get the blast first or anything. You just get the headdress because you're ahead and you want to continue to regen. That's the reason I've seen so many of these headdresses get picked up. I'd be very surprised to see him go blast first. Meanwhile, bottom line, Z-Freak's gonna get caught resolution. Slurring Crush, right clicks, Misery will stay alive. The Eidolons might do the job. Resolution has another sudden 1. Misery will get out for the time being. He's got TP if he wants to buy it. He has enough mana for it as well. But he's going to actually just walk around either tree and make sure he gets through. And he'll stay alive, so...
Yeah, he can just go pull now while he eats all his tangos and heals, I think, so... He didn't want to waste it. Yeah. Oh, and look at... Soxia is just gonna steal experience and gold from Swindle. Smart.
I've seen Soxia do this so damn much. He really... It's either on Earth Spirit or on Elder Titan, but usually on Elder Titan.
Yeah,
he just comes in spirits.
That Hawk!
40 gold?
That's actually huge. 40 gold and level 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at, he just lead. Oh, and he steals. Oh my goodness. And he steals. He's actually getting some.
He's gonna get the next 4?
Saying, oh, gee.
Some right clicks onto Swindles. Deny the board? Nope.
He got 2 boars, a hawk, stole the big, and
he's
stole
recovered.
the little gold.
He's now recovered successfully after dying. Maybe not, but it has helped a little bit.
Because he's not just hurting him, he's not just helping himself, he's hurting Swindle more than anything. Like you said, Swindle could almost level 6 by 5 minutes in, but he just got leeched.
Oh, and a tangle comes out, the Spirit Siphon's coming through, but the Earth, like, from Misery. Do they have the damage? They get the Hex off as well. Magic Missile comes through, there's the Wave of Terror. Another Entangle and Savage Roar comes out. Weehaw, getting the Admiral Bulldog proxy, will die in the end, but that's not that bad of a trade if they keep everyone alive. Swindles has rotated in, but guess what? He's not level 6, and the Borslow was not enough to bring down Soxa. And Soxa now is level 4. We talked about the experience being the most pivotal point of an Elder Titan. And they actually get a kill there out of it.
Yeah, not bad though. That man, the Spirit Siphon onto the Syllabare's Bear keeps him alive for so long. The percentage base, it's insane.
Yes, that's a good ability still, even after the change. I don't know if they need to change it again. This year it's not picked up that much, but still pretty good ability.
Z-Freak bottom, level 5. He's going the correct build. The not getting Midnight Pulse. He's not jungling. You don't need it to jungle quicker. The stun is so good in team fights, so God bless him for going the right build when most don't.
Here, the difference here is that, though, as a jungling... hold that thought, his limb's kind of running at the spare. As a jungling Enigma, you have a pretty good chance to get a Soul Ring early, and he doesn't have one, so he has no real mana regeneration for an Enigma, which is a big problem. He does have the Sage's Mask for later on, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like there was going to be action made, but Weeha's going to be able to stay alive and back up. Misery's going to leech experience now as Weeha will head to the jungle.
Or are they going to go bottom on? Are they going to be in time? No.
They do force the TP from Swindles, who's level 5. With Crush, they've got Malefice, but no mana to use it again. That was the biggest issue. So Complexity rotated in Swindles, but they don't get anything done with it. That's unfortunate. Anywho. Alright.
Yeah, both teams just content with a little bit of farming now after the kind of crazy first 5 minutes.
I keep checking the net worth graph, but there's real no advantage here. There's like a 250 gold advantage for Complexity, but dipping back to even. What's Moo doing right now? He's got, well, he's dead, it looks like. There's a Magic Missile, Wave of Terror, 3 auto attacks from Chessie with the strafe up, and that's an easy kill. Glad I checked on him, because he died instantly afterwards. So that's good.
Yep. Chessie, he needs to have, I believe it was DC played him yesterday, and he went a stranger build that I didn't really like, and that's why I'm a caster and he's a player, because it super worked out.
Swindles in triple bottom, Earth Spike, Stomp. That swindles. Resolution will get the kill too, and that's going to get him his armlet thereabouts. He's going to get his blades of attack, and he's going to have it. He's the recipe, helm of iron will, and gloves of haste all ready to go. So he's got that early boots, and all that thought we had is going to try to transform it into true form, but Chelsea comes in with the death pack. They get the Malthus off. They have the... I don't even need the strafe to get the kill, actually. They just have enough damage. And now it's going to turn into an exorcism push into the mid lane. And this tower probably should fall here with the steering arrows on top of the exorcism. They'll flip up, but I don't really think they're in a position to stop this push.
Something I just noticed randomly is I didn't know Echo Stomp was physical damage, so I was like, that did a lot of damage, and then
I did not
realized
notice that either.
Physical damage, so it gets buffed by the amp damage a lot, and I was like, wow,
That's
that
actually
explains that.
insane. Not to mention natural order, too.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage on that stomp.
Yeah, I guess we realized why Elder Titan's a good hero. That's why people like
Wow.
going for Echo Stompers. That's actually nuts. He's 7-0.
That's pretty nuts. Would you, if you had to, say you're playing an in-house league, not like it's team,
Radiant's top
would
tower
you rather
is
have
under
SVG or Soxa playing on your Elder Titan?
That's tough. That's very tough.
Radiant structures
If we're
are
playing from
fortified.
USC's SVG,
Radiant's top tower
I'm actually going
is
to bring
under
into Ping
attack.
into the factor.
Well, they're all in America right now.
Oh, that's true. I'd still say... I don't know. It's really difficult. They're both really good.
Yeah, I think SVG plays it more defensively sound, but we just see Soxa is playing a little more offense. I guess it depends on anything.
Yeah,
They're
I
both
think
tier 1s.
I like Soxa because he's so aggressive into the jungle, so I think I'll have to take him in this instance.
Ooh. Oh, the smoke wears off. They see it because Chessie's already. They have dust.
Resolution doesn't.
Oh, he
They
has
drop a
sentry.
sentry down, they see him. I think Chessie knows what's up, though. Oh, if he walks back in... They have an Observer Ward here. So they see Resolution and where he's moving. Misery's about to walk into yeah, he walked into the Observer Ward range. And it didn't matter anyways, because Chessie was already hightailing it out of there.
Radiant's bottom tower is
But-
under attack.
Once they take bottom, Smoke's still up for Sox. He'll throw out the Spirit. They have the Echo Stomp ready to go. The Wave of Terror expecting someone to be behind the tower, including, well, probably Sox, they thought, but no such luck. I actually feel Complexity are doing a really good job right now.
No, they are.
Is under
And
attack.
RNZ Freak's getting farm. Like, everyone on their team's getting farm right now. Hanskin getting the kills. He's level 7 and 9 minutes in as support. He got 2 of the kills. Hasn't died. The best way to make gold support,
Radiant's
don't
bottom
die.
tower has fallen.
1 gold a second, do that.
What's his net worth looking like? I think it's ahead of the Batrider. In fact, both him and Zfreak are ahead of the Batrider right now. So that Death on move really put him back at the early stage of this game. He's finally starting to find a bit of room to work with. He's got his Windlace. He's fire flying up the creep wave. So yeah, Hanskin and Zfreak are having an excellent time right now. 1,400 gold for Zfreak. Perhaps maybe an early blink tagger that we don't see too often in Enigmas nowadays. It's a lot of mech first usually. Maybe not this game.
I think he's probably gonna go mech, but I'd be fine. There's way too on a DC.
Yes. I mean,
I would love to see it, but
No,
no, they
it's
already
mech.
getting the mech now.
It's
I miss blink daggers.
you can get super hype about a blink black hole, even if it gets canceled a second later. I don't give a damn. It's still hype, but no,
Or I
you just
miss
don't
the-
do it anymore.
Yeah, I miss the puppy build, the phase drums. I think they're like the TI3 era. Phase boots, drums, Enigma. People are like, why is he doing that? And it won games, and I still don't know why he did it, but
Do you remember the time where
Game-winning.
he used to get Bloodstone too? There's like that.
yeah, he was. That puppy was like how Misery now picking support pucks and stuff. He's like, I'll just do whatever I want. We're still winning.
He's very comfortable with the heroes that he's picked up. Sentry's gonna get dropped down. They throw up the Observer Ward. They're gonna take the tier 1 tower in the process, backing guys
Radiant's top tower
super quickly. Complexity are putting on the pressure, and this time it's a lot more successful than what we saw last game,
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
for obvious reasons.
Radiant's
As
structures
Chessie got off to a good start, Limp has his exorcism. Still level 1. He's not getting the best experience in the league, in the world. Beast Master's going to have his Necro 1 here pretty soon, and so they can start taking down all these tier 2 towers. Tier 2's a bit harder to shoot through than maybe that tier 1 in that top lane, but still. They should still be able to get this. There is no glyph. It was already used. Oh, Searing Arrows comes out, and that's going to be it. Swap out, moves into Trouble Magic Missile. He might get to the low ground. I don't think they're going to go for this. No Malthus coming out, no other disables, and Hanskin just... He kind of went on his own there. It looked like they're going to try to counter-initiate. They need to stomp, though, but the Echo Stomp is not really going to be in position. Everyone's pretty fast for Complexity. Swindle's going to be able to just barely TP out, and they'll make it away together as a team. All while Resolution and we are farming elsewhere.
Yeah, and we gets the middle tower, has his Midas up now. Resolution, a few chunks on the bottom tower, and those two are just farming. It's going to be a 2v5 kind of game with an Elder Titan stomp somewhere in the middle, but we're going to have to put in a lot of work here.
Yeah, we had
Tiger on Batter, though.
Oh, I feel like he was kind of far away from that, but Moo actually is going to be able to, and especially because he survived that last gank, he's going to be okay. They really want to stop him from getting to that, but
I think they need to get him a dust and just blink dust, get the Clinks. I think it'd be a pretty easy kill now that the Clinks is kind of comfortable.
yeah, if he's got no death
Where's
back on,
smoke?
especially. Are they going to smoke on, did they smoke on this observer ward? They're not pinging it. Where did they smoke, do you know?
It looked like they smoked. No, they smoked behind the tier 1. Tier 2, they were fine.
Like here-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
They might
bottom,
find Swindle. Moo's looking for a blink initiation. Hawk's gonna come out. Swindle, I think maybe saw that sticky napalm or something. I don't know.
He did. That was nighttime. If it was daytime, Moo would have just gone on him immediately. Because then I don't think Moo saw Swindle. But
Oh, he's gonna walk into an observer here in his moment. Oh, they see him for sure now. I think. Yep, now they see him. Stomp might go onto 2. Chessy's nearby. Blank
This is a
lasso.
bull,
Moo is really thinking twice about this because everyone's coming in. Good earth spike onto 1. Chessy was about to get hit, and now Soxa, the searing arrows are coming through. The last right click, it's going to be the wave of tear and the range creep and the crew of creeps that do the job. Now the exorcism comes out again for complexity, and DC cannot fight yet. They have the blink for the slaughter, but after losing Soxa, they just can't defend this tier 2 tower. And no glyph up especially also makes it even more difficult. So Weehaws is going to split push top, try to get to his Radiance. He'll still be a while away from that. Isri's been caught out and looks like he's actually going to get swapped back from Swindle, or onto Swindle with Hanskin, and then match Missling to get the kill. Which is nice.
that was cool. And they're just gonna push it. Now that I'm looking at this, picking a Syllabear into a Death Prophet push lineup, I guess it was their first pick, the Syllabear, so they could pick around the Syllabear. Good drafting by Swindle.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Weehaw will take the tower. He does get Malphus. It's his bear. He might lose his bear, but he gets the tower in the process. They're doing their best to keep this as even as possible. Resolution's coming in. They want to turn on this. They know that Death Prophet only has 1 hero nearby. The amp damage is going to come. There's the Slithering Crush. They get the damage, but the Spirit Siphon gets off in time, and so Resolution has to hightail it out of there. He pulls the creep wave in the process. They're going to start hunting him down, but he should be okay.
And Weehaw's net worth, he's second highest, but without the Radiance, he just, he's doing it correctly. He provides nothing in team fights right now. Even with the Radiance, it doesn't provide much.
Last right click from Misery. Can he do the job? He gets the stick off in time. Now Moo walks up and they get the Necros off. There's going to be the Firefly swap out. Hanskin was waiting. The stop comes through, hits out of 2. The Firefly still doing work on Hanskin, but Moo will easily fall. The Met comes out in time as well from Z-Freak, and they're playing so confidently with the lead. Complexity, they're getting work done, and DSC just can't find those kills that they got previously in the last game.
Yeah, that's just... The complexity of the team is just so much more... And they can just run at you with their heroes. They're going to.
Stomps up on Hanskin. Swindles. He's trying to push this with the Book 1. They have the Necro Archer still, and the Necro Warrior as well is about to die to the tower. But they're going to push in. They even get a drum charge off. The Eidolon is coming up from the Enigma, and it's very easy to take down this tower, and they do just that. Now they're looking towards Roches. They pinged it out. They're going to send over... Exorcism is up, ready to go here, so they have the Death Prophet over there, as well as Hanskin with Wave of Tear. They can take this down pretty quickly. But it looks like DC are getting ready for a smoke of some kind, or at least some sort of contention. Moo's going to walk forward. He's going to see Swindles here momentarily. He doesn't see him just yet because it is nighttime, and he's going to get Boar slowed. Swindles will not move back on top of him. No blink tag or anything to reinitiate. But we'll see if they go for Roche. They did rotate Hanskin back up top. And Weehaw's actually going to TDP the bear back home so that he can regen it up and then push this creep wave back in.
Yeah. Not much going on. Complexity's fine. Just trying to push their advantage. Just get farm their jungle, farm bottom, farm mid, and farm top.
Yeah, they're playing this the right way. There's no reason for them to panic and try to push down, the tier 3 tower. You could argue and say that there is kind of a clock on their game because there's a Weehaw lone Druid, but I don't even know if that's really true. He's not that farmed. He doesn't have the relic yet. And even if he gets it, I don't know how much that's going to do for them, but...
Oh, bottom lane. Moo has his blink,
scouted.
but he already scouted by the Hawk.
The Observer Ward here, too, which was
nice.
really solid place.
Super scouted, yeah. Omega scouted.
Do you go for Roche? I think they need to get picked first for Complexity to make sure that top's pushed out.
Chessie 200 gold till his Deso, and he'll be level 11. He eats a big creep, has Deso, and then he can do Roche getting a pick off.
Yeah.
They'll take in, I would say, 12.5 seconds. I'll even count it when they do.
All right. I'll hold you to that.
They're going for it now. No, he doesn't have the Deso. I'm not...
Okay.
My agreement was.
It is
yes,
definitely not. It's not seeming like 12. What did you say? 12.5, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Nice micro on the Eidolon, so no stomp squat. Oh, no, stomp up. But yeah, they'll just get a free Roche here. Oh,
Yeah.
here comes the
Spirit's is
Titan.
going to come in, but I don't think this is going to do that much. Wave of Tear is going to make it so that this takes even less time for complexity. Stop will go through, it's going to hit, but there's no real contention coming out as DC have declared that this Roche, they're not able to contest it. They'll give it the Aegis still to be Clink's picking it up, and there is his Desolator now done. And I think this is when you start thinking to, if you're complexity, you probably want to force either buybacks, Cliff, take down a tier 3 tower. Any of these options would be good. Or finish the game.
I wonder, Limp is usually a pretty defensive death prod. He went the 8. Maybe I could be wrong. Is he normally an Atos buyer on this hero? Just a main thing?
I don't think so. Seems odd.
Look, they're gonna push mid without. They have extras in 45 already, but I needed it 30. They have book 2 by Swindle. Well, it's, oh no, he went Vlad's instead of book. My bad. So I like that. Get the auras.
That's he had the headdress earlier, and then he just bought the book 1, and then he
Wow,
transitioned
that you
back.
just get the book 1 for the aura, and you just hop in. Yeah, and I like how he saves it until the glyph's down.
And they're gonna have to wait a fair bit. The boards are down, no more
Tower.
Eidolons. Weehawk will take this tier 2 tower unless they want to take it back to defend, but I think they might just let this go to push into the tier 3. Although the Spirit's doing a pretty good job of counter pushing, keeping it kind of being a nuisance. Who's gonna flame break and try to push them all back. They have the Eidolons up. There's good stop to come through. No Earth Splitter follow-up or anything. Z-Troops, whatever to counter initiate. He also had his mech up, so they'll take this
Look at
tier
that
3.
tower.
It looks like it's just falling so quickly. Jesse with his Desolator going to work with
There's
the
the
arrows.
exorcism.
Yeah, this is going to be the racks. There's no way to defend this. And Weehaw is finally getting back home. They do get the stop off. Jesse's going to get Earth Spike. They've got Fingers, Salute Crush, and Limp is going to get swapped back by Hoskin. Jump in. There's the last of them. Catch up the Vengeful Spirit. Can they bring her down in time? No swap available. She's already used it. But if they just lose the support, Hanskin Venge, I don't think it's really that bad. Resolution getting Spirit Siphon slowed up by the Atos. He's in trouble. Armlet Toggle is not there. Down for 45 seconds. If he gets caught out of that spot, Complexity are very happy with that exchange. Very, very happy.
Top tower is under attack.
Hooray!
Congrats.
They do get a little bit of unhealable tower damage on the top, but they just lost a minute racks it, or 19 minutes in. I just want to say that Swindle, I love how they countered the Syllabear with the instant death prop pick. And it makes a lot more sense now that I see it in action. I think you'll say who has the better draft. A lot of times I just say a team to say it, but when you actually see the game, you're like, that's why.
Yes. It's kind of how it's been going for Complexity.
I love
this
learning.
game.
We may cast the game, but we still have a lot to.
God. You're absolutely right about that, Grant. Yes.
Learning's fun.
We don't know anything about Dota. That's actually true. Like, every time I watch a Dota game, I learn something, and I'm just like, man, I'm an idiot. How did I not know that?
No, you're not.
No, thanks, dude.
You're just dumb.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Alright.
But Chetsy's just gonna farm up. He has stacks. That's a fun thing. One of the few single target damage people can just take ancient super. Always nice to have.
Strafe,
I
yeah.
always wonder, why are there candles by the ancients? Is that ever explained ever?
You mean these things here?
Candles in the dire ancient camp.
In the ancient camp? Oh, this.
Those.
I don't know. Maybe the ancients put it there just to make it look more homely. I don't know, dude. It's their house.
They somehow figured out they're so stupid. Oh, we do have a.
Jump in. They get Swindles with a crush. They also get him with a last, but they get swapped back. Stops pretty much onto everybody, though. Good Earth Spike on his Z-Freak, but only him. I thought it was going to be onto more. Still starting to have to be a pretty good fight for Complexity. They have the Crimson Guard up, and it's time to back to DC despite having a massive HP advantage. Weehawk is Zox. They're all hightailing it out of there. And it actually looks like Complexity will, first of all, not lose anybody, and second of all, not kill anybody in that process. That looks kind of bad for them for a little bit, but they're okay.
Handskin with the. Oh, they're going on Swindles just down.
Okay, well, he just died instantly. He buys back.
They want to still push. I
They
think.
really
Oh,
want to
this bear.
fight. This bear's in trouble. The Senior Heroes will go and do the job. They'll bring it down. Does he have another resummon? He does. Misery might get caught out. Good stun. There's still no swap back. Earth Splitter coming out. Z-Freak's going to get caught. Hanskin's going to get entangled. The bear is going to have to Savage Roar. He's going to get roared up and brought down. Midnight Pulse and the right click. No bear for 120 seconds. And all of a sudden, DC are now on the back foot. Chase is going to push in with Swindles. They're going to use the axes to bring down the creep wave. Their own creep wave is a little bit further behind, but they should be able to push in now without the threat of a bear. That's huge. They're going to try it. Looks like bottom Weehaw's going to push this out. They want to focus on the tier 3 tower bottom.
Yeah, look at the top net worth is the Syllabear, but all that farm is on his bear, which they don't have for 2 minutes. They know. They're just like, oh, well, we can push. That was super sick stuff. He's having really good 5-man stomps.
Lasso, Moo, he's going to force back in, looking for Hanskin. He still has swap, by the way. Magic Missile will come out. Moo's in trouble. Jump in. Resolution stunned at 2. Nice slithering crush, but Hanskin's still staying alive. Even with the mana drain going, Chessie's getting hacked up. They're going to flame break and push him back. Still, really no damage coming out. Again, that bear is dead. Chessie.
Dire's bottom
He loses the Death Pact, he loses the Aegis, he needs to be careful, and he's going to back immediately as that happens. Meanwhile, Weehaw is split pushing as a solo low druid with no Syllabear. TPs are coming, he needs to back out and TP away as soon as possible to do just that. Wound Tear misses him, might have been able to find a swap back had they found it. But they lose another melee Rax and tier 3 tower, not so much of the full set of Rax mid, which I don't know if they lost earlier. But this is looking pretty dire for DC, no pun intended.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Just, yeah, they're just playing it perfectly. Swindle and Z-Freak, that's one of their best things. They always, even I can notice, they just always build the right items. Like that Vlad's before book 3 gives them the aura to push uphill. It counteracts the +3 aura on the other side. That's something I wouldn't think to do, is get the Vlads before book 3, and Swindle does.
Swindle's Beastmaster is undefeated versus DG and Team Freedom this patch, but is yet to win versus DC. Well...
But what about Evernova? Just kidding. They actually lost to Evernova, so maybe I shouldn't say that kiddingly. Oh, that was in Canada Cup, right? Yeah, that was.
It was group stages. That's how Evernova got
99-1 odds. Evernova. They played Sickly, Complexity a little. I remember I watched the replay of that because I didn't get a catch, and I was like, wow. Nova's just right out of their mind.
That was a really close game too, I think. I can't remember what the exact draft was.
Ooh. Oh, they missed the smoke on Swindle though. That might have been a mistake.
Yeah, he
brought
TP'd in a second too late, and they smoked earlier, which was a bit awkward.
Shiva's up. So they have the Vlads, Shiva's, Crimson Guard. They are very hard to kill now.
There we go. We might see two freight trains hit each other as we rotate in with these smoke up the seats. Limp's gonna find... Oh, they see him, I think? No. Did not see him. It's nighttime. There's no vision there. I thought there was a ward for the raiding team. We might see Z-Freak find out Misery. Z-Freak smoke will break. Misery's will as well. They know that they're behind them. And Z-Freak has walked through the creep wave. Z-Freak's gonna get set up first. Now they figure him as well. The stop swap back from Hoskin. Jumping last over to Hoskin, who was waiting for him. And System will go down. They get off the Earth Spike. Now the Earth Splitter on top. Tessie pops BKB. Can the bear do the job though? They have the blade mail on the bear, and it's going to work on the Hoskin. Lippy's gonna get tangled with the Spirit Sniper comes out, and Weehaw can't deal with the damage. They'll lose 2, including Moo right now, and everyone else from DC says, hit the deck, we're out of here. We can't take this fight anymore. Sox is on the run as well. He's got to TP out if need be. He will try to head around the corner and TP, and he'll make it. Jesse saw him, it looks like, and he just couldn't quite find the initiation to bring him down. Still, nobody dead with the exception of Hanskin for complexity, and they're just too hard to take down. There's no real damage coming out from DC, which is kind of crazy to say when you have natural order and amplify damage. They're not doing anything.
They have to just be perfectly set up in team. Like, DC was on the back foot that whole team by trying to be the Slardar, wanted to know when he could blink in. And if you don't have a good, like, Elder Time Stomp into Slithering Crush, that's a lot of your damage right there.
Yeah, that didn't turn out well. Slardar now has the BKB, which will help him fight. But, I mean, they're pretty far behind. I mean, they're barely holding out, it feels like, in a lot of these engagements. Just the game in general, even though Weehaw is very farmed, Resolution is pretty farmed as well. They're still in the 10,000, almost, now it is 12,000 net worth advantage for complexity.
And they are going to look for Roche. No, it's not up now, but it's like, come on, baby. Nope.
Soon. Minute or so, it'll be up, ready to go for complexity. Z-Freak did pick up the Crimson Guard, as we talked about. There's a cloak. What other items are coming out for the complexity squad? We saw the BKB last engagement for Chessie. Shiva's Guard, as we talked about, for Limp. Anything else that I'm missing?
The Solar Crest on Hanskin's just
yeah,
really good. They have so much survivability on just like all the auras plus that on one of their tanking auras. And Hanskin, I've had to say, I don't think he's let one move go off without just being instantly swapped.
Yeah, he would use his swaps more aggressively. Hanskin just misused the TP there. We'll pretend that didn't happen. But what happens is usually Moo will have to either wait for the swap to go, or he'll just ultimate that a swap is going to happen after he uses his lasso.
Also, I was reading Reddit today, and he didn't misuse that TP. He was a bad player, and like we're supposed to play him players again more. That's what I was reading from a thread.
So what are you saying?
We're supposed to flame players. Like, instead of using his Observer Ward to use the TP, and that's a terrible play. He's a terrible
So you're just gonna call him out on that then? Okay.
Yeah. Reddit wants me to. Hell yeah. Moo
Okay.
just died. He's terrible.
The
Which is a
resolution,
good sequence.
this is done on a 2 resolution pops to BKB. Limp's gonna go to work. He's actually gonna get entangled. Earth Splitter's up. They're gonna swap back. Z-Freak's gonna actually get caught out. It looks like they did roar up one though. They fought back at the Bat Riders. They fight back at the Elder Titan as well, but they've already lost Weehaw. Low through last one to Chessie, but he was BKB'd up at the time. Still BKB, now is out of it, but Moo is taking a couple of hits here. And that's just the GG. A very anticlimactic way to end that game, but DC was pretty much behind right from the get-go, Grant, and didn't end particularly well for them.
Yeah, besides the first blood middle and another gank by the Elder Titan, they never really got their footing. And Resolution farmed well. We all farmed well. We saw Moo had a rough start, a little bit late blink, and Complexity just did their 5-man thing that works super well. They played super.
And that's going to be that. I mean, we still have another game and Complexity to get back into it. They get a draft that's there for comfortable for them. And finally, we see that Complexity 5